Hello everyone, it's Robin, the Artsy Bohemian. I'm here in my studio in Los Angeles, California, and I am basically just going to show you, do a little bit of a walkthrough of some of the things I've been working on. Let me know in the comments below if you do this particular thing. Do you get an idea and think, okay, I'm going to make that thing, and then all of a sudden you're going, well, what if I did this and what if I did that? That's kind of what happened with these little, I'm going to call them traveler's journals. I saw something on Pinterest and it sparked an idea, and the idea started with working with vintage wallpaper, which I have been hoarding for quite a bit of time, and then also working with faux vintage types of wallpaper paper, like from Tim Holtz, and some digitals. So I'm going to show you what I made. These are going to be for sale next Tuesday. I plan on having them as kind of little bundles where I will have swatches of vintage wallpaper from these books that I have that are wallpaper sample books from the 30s, along with a journal, and then maybe some other little goodies that I'll kind of think of. So I thought I was going to have this all done by last Tuesday, and I think I'm in a time warp with everything going on. So I just wanted to show you what I did. They're not that hard. It's just that the materials that I used a lot of them are vintage, not the papers necessarily. Like this is Tim Holtz. So I just love the way they came out. This is Tim Holtz paper, Tim Holtz, and this is real 1930s wallpaper, and then a digital here. And I'll kind of show you what I did for them. Like I said, it's just more of a walkthrough, and most of you could probably figure out how to make these. But if you want me to show you a tutorial, I will. I'll do it next Tuesday. I promise. This is based on using a time card for the insert. So all of the measurements were based on the time card that has been folded in thirds for writing. I just think time cards are really cool because you already have writing space. And they'd be great as inserts for a traveler's journal or notebook, I should say, or for altered file folders. They're a nice little small thin size for that. So what I did was like I said, my impetus to start all of this was using the wallpapers. And we all know that Tim Holtz has this wonderful line of vintage wallpapers, imitation ones, obviously. So that's what I did. And what I wanted to do also was to kind of break it up and use the different patterns. So I kind of figured out how to do that and attached the different papers together with the measurements of the time card in mind. And then I lined it with some scrapbook paper. I also have a little strip of the cardstock here from his line as well, and then inserted little pockets. They're not completely done yet. I haven't finished out all of them. I did try to finish the front with the bows, and so the binding is kind of fun. It's a little different than normal. So what I did was I poked holes, 6 holes, the middle and the upper and the bottom part of the journal, and then I added the Hug Snug ribbon, several little bunches of layers of it, also for the closure. And the closure I came up with is kind of cool. I don't know if anybody else has done it. What I did was if you go in the jewelry section, they have this elastic that you can buy for jewelry, for like little bracelets, and I glued that underneath this cluster of bow here, and it attaches and closes in the back like that on a button. So I took a vintage mother of pearl button, I poked a hole in the cardstock here, and then it's a shank. It's a shank button. And then I added the ribbon to it to hold it down, and it just gives it a nice, not too bulky, easy closure. So that's what I did to all of them. I'll show them to you. I did them in different color palettes according to the let me see if I can, the colors on the paper. And most all of them have really old, maybe even antique laces on them. Vintage tatting. This is some ribbon that I had dyed with turmeric years ago, and it just so happened to go really well with this pattern here. So it's a little different on the back. Again, the closure is here, and they all have the time card in them, and I stamped Make Beautiful Things Every Day. There's 10 pages in each one. I'm going to be going over these again next Tuesday because they're going to be more complete. They're all going to have some kind of pocket, like there's going to be something on the back here too. But I just wanted to show you the different colorways. This is something I had dyed as well. Vintage, really old lace here on the binding, lace on the back, and then the closure here as well. And the Snug Hug ribbon. And I made a little pocket here. And there's going to be quite a few tags in there with those cute stamps from Red Lead that I had showed you a couple videos back. The Make Beautiful Things Every Day. And then there's going to be a pocket here probably too. I just thought I was going to have everything done like I said. And I just wound up spending a lot of time on designing these, so I just had a lot of fun making them. This is a digital from I think it's called Ruby and Pearl. I'll leave a link below. She has some really beautiful digitals, and it's a printable of vintage wallpaper, but it was too new looking, so I scratched it quite a bit with some sandpaper, and I like the way that it came out. This is really old baby blue kind of organza, Swiss organza, and some vintage Makuba ribbon here in this kind of French blue. Vintage binding for the lace here, the lace binding here I should say. Yeah, so like I said, they're gonna have more goodies on them once I finish completely, but I just thought I needed to make the video so you guys know that I'm still here. Tim Holtz again paper with the button on the back, and this one's kind of fun. I used the cardstock that I lined this with and double it up to make a pocket. So there's a pocket in the front and the pocket in the back as well. Oops, I think that one goes there. And then this is my most favorite. This is the real deal. This is old. I had some friends that had given me some of the wallpaper from probably the 30s, and I love it. It's kind of a pain in the butt to work with, and that's another thing. I spent a whole day ironing this really brittle wallpaper flat, and I have it all pinned up on some cardboard in my studio in swatches with these beautiful images of the flowers, of the roses, and I think it's painted, I'm not sure, but I just love these colors. Makuba Japanese embroidery ribbon, and this beautiful Hug Snug vintage lace here, and then this one opens as well. I just really had fun figuring out how to make these closures so they weren't so bulky. And this one has a pocket in the back. This one's pretty much done. And then here's the different tags I'll be putting in all of the journals. So anyway, I just thought I'd pop in and say hello. I hope you all are well. I think we're all kind of affected in different ways. I don't mind being home because I've been home. I'm always home anyway. I work from home. But I've just kind of lost a sense of time and day. And yeah, so I've just been having fun making these. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I will see you next Tuesday where I will give you the time. I'll probably have them for sale next Tuesday. I don't even know what day that is. Some May, like the 11th, 12th, something like that. At 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to have those done by then. And they'll be more complete, and I'll show you everything that you'll be getting with them. And I'm going to try to have 10 of them made. There'll be a few other colorways available. And yeah, so I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for watching. Bye.